Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
This morning, we're tracking a system that moves offshore and has a 10% chance of becoming tropical. We'll show you when that moves in and how long the warmer and drier weather is going to last. Coming up.
Student lunch prices. Today, Wake County school leaders will consider increasing meal costs, how this could make up for possible funding shortfalls.
And curbing teen vaping. Today, efforts continue at the state legislature to raise the minimum age for tobacco sales. Why this policy would be a step closer to matching federal laws. Lots to talk about here as we get our Tuesday started together, and a nice way to start today with the sunrise behind us here. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu. It is a crisp feeling out there, so make sure to layer up when you head out the door. But here at 6 o'clock, we're talking about a potential tropical system that Chris Michaels and the weather team is watching and what could bring for us.
Yeah, and that potential is slim. When you look over the next several days, the National Hurricane Center says it has a 10% chance of becoming tropical. Reason why we mention it is because this is the first of the season, and it's also a little bit closer to the Carolina coastline. What it means for us is just the chance for some rain on Thursday. Chance for flooding right now looks to be low and more toward the coast. And then a separate system comes in Saturday, teams up with some summer heat and humidity, and gives us the chance for scattered storms. All the more reason to enjoy this morning, especially if that cool, crisp feeling is your thing. Temperatures mainly 50 to 54. Raleigh and Durham, Fayetteville at 53 degrees out the door this morning. Your morning cup of coffee is going to hit even better as we go towards 7 a.m. Temperatures in the upper 50s. By 9 a.m., we're already in the 60s. Temperatures are going to rise pretty quickly for us. By midday, we'll be near 80 degrees. High temperatures as we head into the afternoon, about 83 in Roanoke Rapids to 87 in the Sand Hills. We'll show you when the 90s make a comeback in just a few. Ken?
6:01, Chris. Cool and crisp for the forecast. Quiet and smooth for your morning commute so far. Take a look at this. Nothing but green showing up on our maps this morning, which is really good news. You're about to head out the door this morning. How about this? I-40 and Davis Drive. Not much traffic, just light traffic to report this time of the morning. And that's really what you want to hear, particularly if you're in a rush. You got to get to work ahead of time. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3. We'll keep you covered all morning long.
Ken, thank you. Prices could go up for your student in the Wake County School lunch line. Today, school leaders will consider increasing meal prices. WRAL's Laura Levine is live at Wake School headquarters. And Laura, this is being considered to help ease possible financial shortcomings.
Renee, good morning. The Wake County School Board has increased meal prices for the past 3 years. So let's take a look at where we stand right now. Elementary school lunch now costs about $3.50. And for middle and high school, we're looking at $3.75. So district leaders here today, they aren't proposing a specific cost increase, but they are warning of a possible revenue shortfall. The district's Child Nutrition Services Department has for years struggled to break even and has projected a potential $3 million shortfall in revenue last year. Officials have blamed ongoing financial challenges on rising supply costs, rising wages, insufficient federal reimbursements, and declining rates of families actually buying meals at school.
There'll be a few other things that they'll be able to discuss at the board meeting. You know, is there anything we can do differently with picking entrees or having things delivered that might also cut down on costs?
So the work session happening here today, it lists about 9 different scenarios for revenue, and that includes a 10-cent per meal possible increase that would generate $229,000 for the school district, and then they're looking at a possible 25-cent per meal increase, and that would generate $555,000. This is a conversation that we, of course, will continue to follow throughout the day. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Cary.
Your Wake County tax bill is going up. County leaders included a new property tax increase as part of the county's $2 billion budget approved last night. Another part of the tax increase will cost the average Wake County homeowner a little less than $5 annually, but it will give an extra $5+ million to public schools, and that's on top of the already $740 million contribution to schools. It was paid for by the tax increase, plus cutting 12 new EMS positions and also slicing funding in half for a new affordable housing program.
Once again, we're being asked to pit public safety and affordable housing against public education. That is a false and dangerous choice, and one we should refuse.
If the choice is inadequate funding for schools or us finding a way to help as much as we can, we're going to continue to find a way to help as much as we can.
The final vote was nearly unanimous, 6-1 at the Wake County Board of Commissioners, and 2 other tax increases are included. One is to pay for a voter-approved library bond, and another increase will apply the unincorporated parts of Wake County plus Wendell to pay for a new fire station.
An effort to stop teen vaping is being renewed at the state legislature today. Leaders are working to make North Carolina's laws match federal regulations. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live at the state legislative building in Raleigh, where lawmakers will consider raising the legal age to buy tobacco products. Kelsey.
Yesterday, state lawmakers will come here to the legislative building in the next few hours to talk about changes to tobacco laws. They're working to keep your kids away from vapes. This morning, legislators are discussing 2 bills that are designed to help curb teen vaping. On average, at least 3 students vape in every high school classroom in our state. That's according to the state health department. North Carolina lawmakers are working to change the legal age for tobacco products from 18 to 21. That would make our state law compliant with federal regulations. North Carolina is one of 7 states that has not passed a law to raise the age. State lawmakers also want to implement a tobacco retail sales permit. That way they can keep track of who's selling vapes. Lawmakers will have a news conference this morning at 10 o'clock, so we'll be sure to keep you updated on what comes out of this. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
The WRAL documentary team has covered teen vaping in Wake County. WRAL went undercover to see if anyone would ID a young person trying to buy vape. Watch Gen V Teen Vaping in North Carolina on WRAL.com. It's in the documentary section.
The FBI is offering a $15,000 reward for information leading to the arrest in the Catawba County mass shooting. A 58-year-old man was killed. 11 others were injured when shots were fired at a house party near Hickory early Sunday morning. Several agencies are investigating, including the Catawba County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, and SBI. They're asking anyone who may have video of that shooting to send it to the FBI.
Today, the suspect in that attack on protesters in Boulder, Colorado, will be back in court. And we are seeing new video of the attack this morning. We want to let you know it is disturbing to watch. So here it is, the new video showing the suspect throwing a Molotov cocktail at pro-Israeli protesters. 45-year-old Mohammed Solomon is charged with a federal hate crime. He also faces counts of first-degree murder. The FBI says Solomon had been planning the attack for a year, and he was waiting until after his daughter graduated to conduct it.
Raleigh City Council is hosting a public hearing tonight to discuss the proposed budget. Last month, the city put forth a $1.78 billion proposal. It included pay raises for city employees, including an 11% pay raise for police and firefighters. The budget would also keep the current property tax rate the same. Tonight's meeting will be held at Raleigh Municipal Building on West Hargett Street at 7 o'clock.
Towing companies could soon face new oversight to make sure they're not preying on local drivers. Today, a state House committee plans to debate the new rules. Towing companies could be banned from operating if they break the rules. The proposed state towing commission would also set the rates towing companies could charge. Last year, WRAL Investigates reported on a series of complaints about alleged predatory practices by some towing companies in our area. A similar version of this bill was also filed last year following those reports.
Funding for the future. Today, Durham's mayor is announcing which local nonprofits will get part of a $300,000 grant to put a stop to youth violence. WRAL's Ali Kadlubar is at CCB Plaza in Durham. And Ali, this effort comes to try to boost resources for young people.
Yes, exactly right. And it's called the Bull City Future Fund. And Mayor Leonardo Williams says that this grant today will impact 5,000 youth. Now, this announcement comes in an effort to get teens out of trouble. According to the Durham first quarter crime report, juvenile crimes doubled compared to this time last year, increasing by 100. WRAL was there when Williams launched the program back in August. The goal to fund youth programs and activities to prevent youth violence. 15 organizations will get part of a $305,000 grant today. It's going to go toward increasing the number of young people that they serve. Now, Williams is set to make that announcement at 6 p.m. tonight at CCB Plaza right here at the Bull. And we are working to find out which programs and which organizations will get some of that grant. Reporting in Durham, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
We are just a few days into the hurricane season, and we will get an update today on how Duke Energy plans to keep your power on through large storms. Duke Energy will share how they are working to strengthen and improve the grid. They will hold a news conference at 10 a.m. showing off their line working team and their self-healing grid technology. Duke Energy says it has more than doubled the number of customers served by self-healing technology.
Starting today, a road in Chatham County is closing for the next several months. Suttles Road, right near US 64 in Pittsboro, will be closed to traffic so crews can complete the Chatham Parkway connection. It's a project officials have been working on. They say they're coordinating with emergency services and Chatham County schools to keep disruptions to a minimum. The road closure is expected to last into November, and drivers are encouraged to plan alternate routes.
Kitten thrown away. How a Raleigh couple saved a kitten tossed out of a moving car. In an interview you'll see only on WRAL, the effort to save this kitten.
And Italy's Mount Etna erupting again, putting on quite the show. Tourists describe the moments they saw that heavy smoke.
And it feels refreshing out the door this morning. Hold on to that because things are about to change. We'll show you when rain chances increase and the cause of that coming up in just a few.
And here's a look at your winning Powerball numbers: 1, 7, 44, 57, 61. The Powerball is 21. The Power Play multiplier is 3.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:14 now. Happy Tuesday. Another nice sunrise overhead. Some of that haze on the horizon from our tall tower camera there in Garner. You see a little bit of fog in the background, but it's nothing dense. It's more likely to be near area lakes. Aside from that, we're starting out comfortable. Temperatures mainly in the low to mid 50s, slightly cooler than yesterday morning, but that doesn't really set the tone for the rest of the day today. Around town, our high temperatures mainly in the mid 80s. Southwest breeze brings in a little bit more humidity, but still, if you've got the day off, heading to the pool, not a bad idea at all. Tomorrow, we're warmer. Thursday, however, some rain showers possible, and I'm getting my first look at some of that high-resolution detailed data. I'll share that with you in Futurecast coming up in a few minutes. Ken?
Chris, weather and traffic every 10 minutes. Let's start to the east of Raleigh and give you a live look at I-87 and Smithfield Road for our neighbors in Zebulon, Knightdale coming into the capital city this morning. You get delay-free in terms of your commute. If you're using I-40 as a morning commute, you're coming in from Johnston County, Highway 42, no delays whatsoever. The southern loop of the Beltline, maybe you're using Wade Avenue to get out west, all delay-free at this hour. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio. We've got you covered. 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thank you. An actor known for his role in King of the Hill was shot and killed at his home in Texas. Police say Jonathan Joss was found dead in the road in front of his house. Police have arrested Sigfredo Alvarez Saya, who is now charged with murder. Law enforcement believes that the shooting stemmed from a dispute between the two neighbors. Joss's husband says the shooter shouted homophobic slurs at the couple before opening fire. Joss played John Redcorn on King of the Hill from seasons 2 through 13. And a new revival of the hit show is set to air on Hulu in August. Police said their investigation was ongoing.
Your time is 6:16 here in the WRAL Live Center, showing you some video of just past midnight of this SpaceX launch, essentially sending out more than 20 optimized satellites, according to the company, from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. Happened around 12:43 this morning, and according to SpaceX, Falcon 9 is the world's first orbital-class reusable rocket, and this just seems to be SpaceX continuing to ramp up its trying to stay dominant in the satellite communications industry, as we know other companies are trying to follow in their suit.
Thanks, Chris. Sicily's Mount Etna put on a fiery show Monday, sending an enormous cloud of smoke and ash more than 20,000 feet up into the sky. And it sent some tourists just running for cover. Michelle McConaughey is here now with the eruption and how tourists are describing this whole ordeal.
Yeah, Jeff, this was the most powerful eruption the Italian island has seen in a decade. And the event all captured on video here and photos that went viral on social media. The terrifying rumbling sound of explosions sent a tour group running. The Mount Etna tour guide called the hike touching the impossible, saying, "We are 2 steps away. Look at this." But the area of danger was confined to the summit of Etna, which was closed to tourists as a precaution. Still, something Keith and Kristen Newswender from Philadelphia will never forget.
Whoa, I can see it. It's going up behind you.
It's going right now. Yeah.
I mean, this morning was the most astounding thing I've ever seen in my life.
Officials say it was caused when part of the southeast crater collapsed, resulting in hot lava flows. It was the 14th eruptive phase in recent months. Tremors from the eruption were widely felt in towns and villages on Mount Etna's flanks. The level of alert due to the volcanic activity was raised at the Catania airport, but no immediate eruptions were reported. But just amazing to see.
It really was. Thanks, Michelle. And it was a roadside rescue that happened here after a 7-week-old kitten was thrown from a moving car. This happened on Tryon Road in Raleigh. Kenzie Tyson describes the moment she saw the driver of a black Honda Pilot toss that kitten out of the car.
He was coming pretty full speed this way and just chunked him out the window right behind this fence.
Well, she and her boyfriend Grayson Harmon did what they could to nurse kitten Kai back to health, and then they took him to the SPCA of Wake County. They were able to confirm Kai had no broken bones or internal injuries, and now Kai is in a good foster home recovering.
With Chris Michaels here now, and it feels a little bit early to be talking about a potential tropical system, but we are officially in hurricane season.
It is. It's 3 days old, and thankfully the chance of this actually getting a name is only 10%.
Oh, good.
It does bring us some rain, so regardless of if it gets a name or not, it is going to be something that brings in rain Thursday. It's got a limited window of opportunity over Atlantic waters and some dry air feeding into it, so that's why the National Hurricane Center has it at just 10%. Let's give you our first look at a futurecast. This is tomorrow evening, and we're dry. You might see a stray shower heading overnight Thursday into early Thursday morning. Best chance of that is in our southern counties. 6 o'clock Thursday morning, still think that chance is mainly in our southern counties. And then as we go later in the morning Thursday and heading into the afternoon, you see how there's scattered showers and thunderstorms that are feeding off of that system. So again, regardless of whether or not it's tropical, the impacts are pretty much the same. And by Thursday afternoon, you're looking at a low chance of flooding near into the east of I-95. In the meantime, up until then, high pressure keeps us dry and it keeps that moisture farther to the south. And ahead of that, high pressure also allows the air to sink and become warmer. So these next few days are really going to feel very nice. And it looks very nice from our tower camera in Garner. Temperatures in Garner are currently at 53. A little bit of patchy fog in Goldsboro at 55. Holly Springs at 51. Roxborough at 46. So a nice morning for some exercise, but we warm quickly. Midday temperatures at about 80 degrees with high temperatures today in the middle 80s. Take it up a notch Wednesday with highs in the mid to upper 80s. Some clouds moving in late in the day Wednesday ahead of that Thursday system. Right now, Thursday's chances at 50%, but if these trends continue, I could see us bumping up those chances. We'll bump up the temperatures. Look at Friday and Saturday. If you like summer, you're going to love that. Highs 90 to 93. Ken?
All right, 621 weather and traffic every 10 minutes. Let's start over in Orange County. Give you a live look at I-85 and Highway 86 in Orange County. Not much traffic to report, but the good news is it's all delay free. In terms of other major routes coming in that's starting in the capital city, no delays whatsoever. So similarly in Durham, we're seeing the same thing. Very little to no delays. Just a couple of minutes if you're coming in from Highway 98. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
621, still ahead, leadership shakeup. A Zebulon commissioner is one of the latest town officials to step down. We'll talk about the push for change among residents.
And a concealed carry debate today. A new bill is designed to add North Carolina to a growing list of states to repeal its requirements. We'll explain what that could mean for gun owners.
Ahead this morning on Today, breaking down how coffee may do a lot more for your health than just give you an energy boost. Tune in to learn about the new coffee study showing how it can help women live longer and healthier lives.
First up, look at your winning NC Education lottery numbers, and we're back with what's trending next.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
The internet's favorite family of eagles are celebrating a big milestone.
Also, Murfreesboro, Tennessee has been awarded an unofficial mascot. Ken Smith here now. What's trending?
This is
Ken?
quite interesting. Yeah. So let's start in Tennessee. A missing pet has become quite the sensation in that state and online. A zebra is on the loose and people can't get enough. Several businesses began posting memes about the area's new hometown mascot. Now the striped sensation needs to just hoof it back home.
Wow, maybe one of those businesses can draw him in with some of these creative posts they got going on there. They closed a road, a highway there, trying to track it down and wrangle that thing. But owners and local police still looking.
My goodness.
Good looking fellow.
Yeah. Hey, let's stick with the animal theme. We've been following the Big Bear Valley Eagle family for quite some time now. And yesterday, one of the eaglets who we've been watching showed she's all grown up. Sunny was the first baby to take flight from the nest. You saw it right there.
Go, Sunny! Yes, you'll remember these 3 California eaglets. Well, they hatched in early March. One didn't survive, but Sunny and Gizmo have survived, and people have been watching them every day on the Friends of Big Bear Valley 24-hour live stream. But seeing Sunny take flight there, it touches all our hearts as parents, right? Watching them leave the nest.
They fly.
They eventually leave the nest. No.
Thanks, Ken. Chris.
Hey guys, coming up at 6:30, starting out really nice this morning. Low humidity, take breakfast outside, but those days of low humidity, they're in short supply. I'll show you what a system off the North Carolina coastline does for our weather later this week. Coming up.
Lunch line price hike. Your Wake County students' meals may cost more. Why school leaders are considering that change today.
Plus, the great vape debate pushed today for new legislation that would raise the age of sale for tobacco and vaping products. We'll break down this issue for you.